Well, the beach at UNO does provide students at the University of New Orleans with internships that potentially end up in job hiring, full-time employment, and also scholarships and experiential learning opportunities such as the Startup UNO.
The Financial Aid Office offers institutional scholarships to incoming freshmen. So those are our top tier scholarships, like our presidential, provosts, the deans, but we also offer departmental scholarships, as students heard today during the presentation, and we also have external scholarships.
So this is for the College of Business. What we're doing is introducing students to our different type of scholarships. So our scholarship types are merit-based, major-based, one-time awards, financial needs-driven. So most of our scholarships really are like academic-based. Sometimes you can go in a financial aid office and look under what type of scholarships that that fit you best. Because some scholarships need like your ACT scores, your GPA, and if you fit that requirement, you can apply for that scholarship. For some of our scholarships, there will also be, you could be notified by your academic department of what scholarship is best for you. So you don't always need to go on the financial aid website because they won't have all type of scholarship available. But if it is academic-wise, your department can email you and tell you, hey, you meet the requirements for this scholarship, and that way they can tell you how to apply for that.
So it's the Reserve Corps that takes college students and it trains them to become officers. So we're based out of Tulane, but we have crosstown schools, and one of the crosstowns associated here is UNO. So we offer various scholarships, 4-year and then 3-year and 2-year side loads, and then more specific we have nursing scholarships and then pre-med as well. So it really depends on what you want to do.
They're going to want to know who's here that has talent, and I'm not going to have to fly people to live in this swamp. Yeah. You're going to do well if you want to be here.
No, I want to be here. That's why
I love having you, man.
So we start out with Handshake. We have to shout it out because it is the place to go for students to look for jobs, research opportunities, internships, all of that. It is UNO's go-to version that is sponsored by Career Services.
We'll be able to help you figure out applications, resume building, and all of that other good stuff that you will need to get a job in the world. And after each thing that I give, I will be giving you a link to the thing that I'm talking about.
Going to the beach. It's our research park here at the university. It is here to offer businesses for students to get these opportunities from. They post it on Handshake as well as other means of advertisements around UNO.
Two of the greatest programs that they offer is Startup UNO and the Win Scholars Program. Startup UNO is for those of you who have an idea for a startup company that you want to pursue with somebody. Their Win Scholars application is open to engineers and business majors who would like to help in the wind energy industry. So for Startup UNO, they have a first, second, third place awards, as well as audience and social innovation awards. For the Win Scholars program, you can get up to a $5,000 scholarship. That is about $1,250 per class that you take in order to get a Win Scholars program. During that time, you get about 2 years in order to do those classes, and then you get to be a part of the program. And speaking of, these are their QR codes. We have a QR code for the Startup UNO competition, one for the Win Scholars program, and one for the general website.
Then we have research over at UNO. We have the link to the general research category. UNO has a few different research areas other than the beach, which are very important. So number one is our Tolma Scholars program. The Tolma Scholars applications close on October 6th. That is if you want to study alongside a professor. You get maximum 10 hours a week. It counts as part of your work study, if I remember correctly, although you should check me on that. That is why they need your FAFSA on file. However, if you're an international student and you don't have FAFSA, as long as you have a social security number on file, it works just the same.
Then we have internal research here at the University of New Orleans. So there's two big examples that I like to give. One of them is the McNair program. For those of you in the undergraduate level who want to do the PhD track sometime in your life, the McNair Scholars Program is there for you to help you prepare for that. They do student support services, they do different conferences, things like that, a lot of different areas to help you with your potential PhD track.
Then they have the Fulbright program. So Fulbright is for students who want to go international with their studies. It is different from the international studies as they have their main big programs, but this is, you're looking at a wide variety of countries and you have a very specific focus. Now for the Fulbright program, you do have to be in grad school or something related to grad school in order to do it. or you have to at least be starting grad school by the time the program starts for you. So for those who are well into their years at UNO, great program. And these are just two examples of internal research at UNO.
The other thing I want to talk to you about is external research opportunities. So the external research at UNO has a lot of different examples. I didn't want to list them here just because there are so many. So if you go to the next slide, on this you will see the link for that on the right side of this. Please do scan that at some point and look at them if you think to yourself, especially for liberal arts majors.
Then we have the 4 colleges at UNO. So all 4 colleges have their own scholarships that they give out to students. Science and engineering have their own web pages dedicated to scholarships. Engineering, oddly enough, has an emergency fund for its students, which I didn't know they had. Now, if you're looking for liberal arts and business, not to worry. They may not have a page, but they do have people that you can reach out to. Just reach out to the departments, and they will help you on your journey. It's also good to know that for these different colleges, whenever they have their award ceremonies, some of their awards that you can get throughout your college time do have stipends behind it. One of my friends was able to get the highest GPA in her department, and she did get a stipend behind it, which was really nice for her.
And these are the links for each of the different places. If you are liberal arts or business, I have a link to your college's website, which will help you find the people you need to contact. If you're in science and engineering, I have a direct link to the website for your scholarship page.
Going to the different departments, I have not listed them here because there are a lot of departments at UNO, but the different majors and the disciplines sometimes offer their own individual ones. For instance, computer science and biological science, I know they have a lot of scholarships listed for them specifically. So it is important to reach out to your department chair, your professors, and everything like that to see what scholarships that you have that are available to you.
Moving on to some special items here at UNO. So first and foremost, financial aid at UNO. This is a very special service. Another group of people I like to shout out is the Women's Center. For any non-male identifying individuals who would like to apply for a scholarship at the Women's Center, you can do that. And then, of course, we have the links to their website, their scholarship page on the right. We also have their regular website on the left because for those of you who are non-male identifying, they also have some other services that they can offer you as well.
Student support services. So, it's a federally funded program. It gives free support to all of our college students here on campus as long as you meet one of 3 criteria. Certain income requirements, first-generation student, or if you have a documented disability on file, Student Support Services can help you get money. Our TRIO program is one of the things that go through Student Support Services, sponsored by them. It's really nice.
They're located in room 100A over in the library. They offer a stipend called the Supplemental Grant Aid to first and second year students. So if any of you are in those categories, you should definitely reach out to them. And even if you are not in the categories but you need help, you should also reach out to them as they have some good resources to help you get some extra money while you are in college. And then this is their link, of course. Anyone who wants to scan that link, you are more than welcome to.
Student orgs. And sometimes, if you join a student organization, they will have scholarships for their internal people. Sometimes, student organizations will have scholarships not just for their internal people. One of the greatest examples that I can give of this is the UNO ambassadors who are going to be at the scholarship fair. They offer a swamp ball scholarship every spring. So once we do I say we, I used to be a part of the organization. I miss them. I'm a grad student, so I had to balance time. But for the ambassadors, in spring, once swamp ball is completed, they give out a scholarship to students on campus based on the money that they raised from swamp ball. If you're in the ambassadors, there's also a fund to help out with international travel. So the ambassadors is a fantastic example of internal scholarships for their own members, as well as external scholarships for people outside UNO, which is why they're at the scholarship fair today.
There's also the College Beyond Persistence Scholarship. You can see a lot of the information listed here. College Beyond is an organization you can join if you are a freshman student. For those of you who are freshmen, I would recommend reaching out to them. As I understand it, they are full at the moment. However, should anybody not be able to make the commitment to stay in College Beyond, they can have open spots for you. Their persistence scholarship is available to those who are within the organization.
Then we have the Privateer Emergency Fund. So this isn't necessarily a scholarship, but it is important for you to know as a student. It is for students who are facing emergency situations. So think emergency travel to home due to a sick relative, or emergency medical services for yourself. The funds are limited. However, they do, I want to say they run out every year because people are using them in order to fund a few emergencies that happen in their lives. So please keep an eye on this. Student Affairs is the ones who runs the process, so reach out to them if you have questions on it. Make sure that you do use it sparingly, as again, it's an emergency fund and we want to save it for the students who need it the most. But if you're one of the students who need it the most, please definitely reach out to them because it's important.
Let's talk about some outside sources for funding here at the university. So this one was recommended to me by the financial aid department, by the scholarship coordinator. This is studentscholarships.org. So studentscholarships.org has a scholarship newsletter that you can subscribe to that will give you a lot of outside scholarships. Some of them you have to write an application for, some of them you need an essay, some of them you can just apply. There's a lot of different ones. They have their newsletter and they have the website for you to go and search through a lot of them there. Highly recommend it. It's a .org site, so you know it's going to be really good and well made. And yeah, take a look at that. This is the link. You can just look up studentscholarships.org, or you can scan that QR code if you don't want to put in the typing for it.
Then FAFSA and TOPS. So we mentioned this within our presentation because although you are not able to get it like new or anything if you don't already have it, it is important for you to understand the requirements that you need to meet in order to keep your FAFSA and your TOPS. You need to meet a certain GPA requirement, you need to have a full credit hours for 12 a semester at least, and a few other things that they have going on.
So I do want to make sure that I mention these federally funded things. FAFSA is federally funded, TOPS is more private, but it does work with the state government. So keep those in mind. And then, of course, we have links to the different websites. Again, if you want to make sure that you're meeting all the requirements or you need to file a FAFSA, you go right ahead. Now, another thing I want to listen, one of our final things today, we do partner with the ROTC over at Tulane University. You will see that over on your left over here. Their ROTC program partners with us in order to give us different scholarship opportunities for students here. You can see the different types of scholarship opportunities as a 4-year and then a 2- and 3-year. And in addition to that, you can also choose the track that you want to take for the program in any of these 3 areas of the United States military and the ROTC program. Thank you so much for listening to our introductory presentation to the scholarship fair. Go have fun. Go enjoy the scholarships.